Hello, everybody. It's Sandra Jennings here from Blue Rose Alchemy, and I wanted to just share a little about my journey with the Divine Feminine. This is something that I can now look back and realize that a lot of my journey and my path has been helping me to understand more about how to step into my sovereignty as a woman. And there have been so many distortions, disconnections. Subjugation is a word that always comes up in terms of the way that I was brought up. I actually was in a convent for 13 years. It was as a day student, but I was surrounded by nuns who had obviously a very strong opinion on how a woman should be and what was the good girl and all that sort of thing that comes up regularly as a real identity. And I think for a lot of us, where women are or little girls are really programs to be quiet and nice and seen and not heard, and then we spend a lot of time overcoming all of these challenges and obstacles. And and then we go into our adulthood and relationships and discovering the connection with our bodies and the amount of shame and guilt because of the programming of our childhoods and the societal program, cultural programming, gives us this perspective that we are somehow to blame for having a female body. And it's how we look, how we dress, how we show up in the world, and there's this objectification around when we look a certain way, then that's good in some respects, but it's also then it's wrong in others. And so there's so much mixed messaging about how you should show up as a woman. And then I've recognized that this has been a part of my journey and finding my voice, reclaiming those parts of myself that had been taken from me, shut down, through all sorts of different experiences, through school, through relationships, through society, through jobs, all sorts of different situations that created this disconnect between the truth of who I really am as a woman and the version of myself that I felt that I needed to be accepted, to be loved, to be safe. And so this has been a really interesting year for me specifically because I really started to connect in the understanding of the divine feminine path. It was around about a year ago. And so it's a really important time right now to be reflecting on this because we're back in those Lionsgate energies again. And we're in Mercury retrograde. It's giving us that opportunity to look back and see what do we need to refine? Where have we come from? And I'm really looking right now, and I've been in a real space of reflection over this last week or two. And it's making me look at lots of different things. It's looking at things in terms of how I'm structuring my business. It's looking at things like how am I balancing my time. So there's lots of things like that, which are the more practical things. But then there's also looking at the spiritual aspects of that and looking back over this last year and how I've stepped from one version myself and I feel like I've quantum leaped into another version. So I'd always been the person that would be sort of hiding a little behind others in terms of creating communities that were this safety net around me. And although community is a very big part of my purpose, knowing that I want to bring people together, especially those like-minded souls that are really wanting to connect and to be able to really support each other through these journeys. I recognized that I had to step more fully into the center rather than hiding behind the community. So that's been a big part of my transition over this last 12 months, and stepping into the understanding of sisterhood. And I've always been very confused around, why do we need to separate from sisterhood, brotherhood? We actually need to bring together. But it's really helped me to understand that yes, we do absolutely need to come together, but we also need to heal the wounding within each of us to be able to come together through our divinity rather than through our wounding. And sometimes we can do that together, and sometimes that has to be with other sisters or when we're on our own journeys so that we can really understand the journeys that we've been on and hold space for each other. And so this has taken me down this journey, through this journey this year. And it was a really profound shift that I had when I was in Portugal a few months ago, where I was bringing through some codes. I met two incredible women when I was away, and when we came together, it almost seemed like magic happened. And I brought in this information around the activation and upgrade of the sacral chakra. And this is so much more than the chakra being upgraded in the way that we would imagine. This is a much more multidimensional plasma light space, and it is so healing. It's almost like it's a quantum energy field of its own right, and within that, it holds all of the imprinting of our ancestry. It holds so much wisdom, the divine feminine template of the original blueprint of innocence. So this is one of the things that I've been working with, and I'm just really wanted to share that because it's I've always struggled with what does the divine feminine mean, and there are so many different perspectives. There are so many people coming forwards, and as you can see by the fact that I call what I'm doing, I call myself Blue Rose Alchemy. I'm very connected to that rose lineage, and Blue Rose Alchemy, when it came to me, was something that I didn't really fully understand why that came through to me at the time that it did. But then, with more unfolding through the work that I've been doing, I really understand why Blue Rose is such an important part of that. It really is about the celestial rose, the multidimensional frequency of the lineage. And it's a frequency. This is not denoting male or female. It's a frequency of the divine feminine living within. And this frequency is it's a state of being. It isn't an identity. It is a frequency that we hold, and it incorporates all of the different aspects of femininity in terms of its divine essence before the distortion. So there was a little while ago, I was working in a group, and Lilith came through and she started to speak through me. And within that session, it was so much about stepping into that empowerment. That subjugation needs to be released and let go of, because there has been subjugation from so many thousands of years ago, where there's been a perspective around what women should be and how we have had our innocence taken away from us. Now, the men have also had their innocence taken away in a different way. And where they've been disconnected from their emotional selves, they've been disconnected from their truth, from really living in their hearts and coming into the minds, as we have done as women, but it's had a different impact on us in a male or a female vessel, essentially. So if we're looking specifically from a female body perspective, we're holding the imprint that we're born with through the ancestral line. We're already holding guilt and shame from just being in a female body. And then this innocence that we would have held, which was a beautiful, sacred, incredible frequency that we would have held within us, that was almost like I've touched into this energy, and it's like a gossamer that is so light, it's playful, it's gentle, but it's incredibly divine. And there was deep reverence for this energy, this frequency, this light that we would have held within our hearts and within our wombs. And we would have held this, it would have been held in reverence. But this has all been disconnected, and it's an energy, a frequency that hasn't been able to be on the earth for many thousands of years, because it hasn't been safe for us to step into that frequency. But I've been shown that that frequency is coming back, and it's all about this unfolding and coming back to the innocence, so that we can return our bodies to the template of innocence. So I'm just going to bring a few codes through now to really help us to anchor into that frequency of innocence, coming into the heart space, connecting to the womb, and really feeling that gentleness of that frequency, so that you can just feel how it feels to be in that energy, which is just so beautiful and gentle and profound. And I work a lot with with the beautiful Rose lineage. I work with Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. I work with Lilith. I work with Isis. I work with the Hathor, and various different ascended masters. I work with the Pleiadian High Council. They work through me. So I work with light codes, which helps you to release the frequencies that are that you're the coding that is distorted within you that you're ready to release and let go of, to create space for these higher frequencies, these activations and upgrades to come through. So I'm just going to tune in and just bring through some codes now so that you can really feel and experience this lightness, this beautiful, gentle energy of this divine feminine embodied state. So I'm just going to tune in. So I just invite you just to gently close your eyes and just relax and be in a state of receptivity as we call in all of the angelic realms, the ascended masters, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Isis, the Hathor, Saint Germain, the violet flame of transmutation, Mother, Father, God, Christ consciousness, Sophia, Christ consciousness, the Pleiadian High Council, your cosmic and soul families, star beings, star races, star councils, our ancestors, our healing teams in spirit, and our guides. And we call in all of the beings of light that wish to assist us in bringing through these codes, these frequencies that enable us to really feel, experience, and connect with this beautiful energy of divinity through our heart centers, through that returning to that template of innocence. So just bringing your focus to your heart center and just imagining a beautiful, bright, white, iridescent light starting to appear in the center of your chest. As you breathe in and out of that space, and just taking part of that light, part of that connection to all that is, it's pure divine love. Just taking that and connecting it down into the heart of Gaia, beautiful, divine mother supporting us with every breath, with every moment. Her medicine, her love is there with every breath we take. So connecting us in and feeling her love as she sends it back through into our heart space. As we set the intention to release anything we're ready to let go of that's keeping us distorted from feeling, disconnected from that innocence within our hearts, within our wombs. Mia shurana har kuyana tekiayasu. Tikiana marku ushana rikiana matukurataki. Samalar tukuriata kasiana shur tiki tikiana marukuraya. Solar shukriana matukurana kriata kusulashiana mako. Sakyama tukurata kasya shunurata kana kiamar tukurata kia. Sukyana martukuraka hashianyar manukurata kiai. Mia orania amatukuriata shianaya. Mia ora takiana makurata kiana yamaku. Sola shamaku ora takiana ora takiaya. Sola mar tukuyana shiaya. And these codes, this frequency is just coming in to connect us with our heart and our womb space. Just bringing in alignment. And they're just showing me this connection of an infinity symbol that's going between our heart and our womb, through the solar plexus. Just bringing that space of connectivity, that bridge between our creative power in our womb space, connecting it to our heart, bringing it back into alignment with the innocence that we hold within our heart space. Just giving us a chance to touch into that frequency of purity. Mia ori shiana to kurit kiana na kurai. Asia mahore shiana kurai. Sakiata o hunyar kunyama tukuiaya. Si amato kushiana arikiato uniana arikio nomushu. Si tikito kuritkian hashkia anno kuritkianai. Tukusia hashiana hakoto kuritkiana naki. Atikiana kuritkiana masoshura takiai. Mi amate kitso kursotiata shukurtkiana hokaiki. Ti aana maruto kusho shanarakia. Just coming up to the throat now. Mikora takasia sukura takishia. And they just want to do some clearing on the throat so we're able to more speak from this space. Having our needs met more from that divine feminine space of empowerment and trust and innocence. Releasing some of that guard, activating our voice. Te matakushena matakurata kiana na tatuiana makurati kiana na tata malakatuku niana tataturia amalakatuku niana ki tutu jana amalakatuku niana kiata tutushina kiata tuturia I ana me I ataku ushi ana matukuria takashiaya usukutu kushana na and they're just making some adjustments into the throat chakra just to help us to be able to speak more from that connected space of that truth that we've hidden for so long, that's been in our heart center. It's always there, it's not gone away. Our connection to innocence is there. It's just been so distorted and covered by layers of programming and limiting belief and these subjugations through our ancestral line, through society, through cultural beliefs. All of these different indoctrinations of disempowerment to make us feel that we were not able to step forwards in our truth, in the vulnerability of the feminine. Releasing that feeling of fear and stepping into the ability to speak more freely from a place of safety and trust. So we're just coming into the solar plexus now. Just clearing some of those frequencies and energies where we've been holding on to these distortions. And just releasing. And you may find you hear me yawning, and you may find that you yawn yourself. This is the energy just moving through. Clearing energies of frequencies of disempowerment, aligning us more to our sovereignty and to divine will. And I'm just feeling my crown starting to open. So we're just creating more space for that flow, that connection to our higher self, that connection to our higher guidance and our higher mind. And just bringing those energies down. And connecting and opening the soul star. And just connecting into remembrance. Within our soul star, we're holding all of our information, our soul's remembrance is where we connect to our Akashic records through the soul star. So all of that information that we hold in our connection to our higher self and our higher wisdom. So just activating that to bring a stronger connection to that information, that wisdom, and opening up the space for that to come through, coming through the crown, the third eye, into the throat, into the heart, into the solar plexus, into the womb. And then into the base, and then down and connecting into the earth star. And activating the earth star. Just bringing that flow coming through. Miyawakatoko shanna kiara kiana makurata kisia. Asa oshonana kiatana matakusiana shiaya. Usukutukusia shiana ratakurata kianaya. Usukalia arakia asokotiana nashi. Isukurata kanahar kuriana rakiaya. Usukuna shiana makurata kiana kiana kia. Usula shiana makurata kiana na kiana 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 kiana. Amalakora te kiana 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 kiana. And if you're listening to this and you're in a male body, then when I'm talking about the womb space, also just feel into this in terms of the sacral chakra. There's still an energetic space there. And it's still activating those blueprints within you to be able to connect more to your own divine feminine blueprint. Connecting to more to your emotional self. To be able to trust and express your emotions more safely. I anta marutukuniana makurat kiana ikiasho. Usula shiana makurana kito kurata kiana kiana kia. Usushiana markia tukusho. Just back into clearing the throat again. Miyamakoto kurata kia. Ahora kunia au shukuni tikiana tatia. O tukuna natikia tashu tukuri tikiana tatia. Atukuni tikiana makatuna nakitikinia amahura. Asia ahona ashki atukura takia. Asia nama urtukunishi kia nama kuratikia ya maruku. Mi ortukurata kiana orkunia ashakia. Usukutukususha arkiana orkiana arkiaya. Usukutukusalashiana martukuratakiaya. Amasukur shiana kia taramakotukushananaki. Isia tukuratakianakia. Narakotukusulashiana makuratakianaya. Miaratukunarakiaya, just going back into the heart space now and just opening up that channel, opening up that frequency, just to be able to receive more of those really beautiful, gentle codes of the innocent blueprint. Miamatukurana shiaya masula shiaya. Usunia hamarutukunaiki. Usuliasha atukurana nakuratakiaya. Usukotiana haskiartuku. Oshut kianar kuratakia ya makuko dia ni anama tukunana takia nano kotukono kia nanai o tukuna nashikia o tukuna nashiar tikiana amala sokora takiana shia ya matukorana kia, just bringing some really beautiful gentle frequencies of healing around the heart center. Amari kiotoko nana shia ya sukusho tokura takia. Yasamoto kura takia yasia ishuku. Oso shanar kia tora takia sashia tokunia ya. Yasula shiama tokura takia ya. Oso shania tar kia nasukusho. Sosho tikia. And just opening the throat, just connecting the throat and the heart. I arma tokurana kia. Just creating more safety, the more trust and safety, connecting all of these frequencies, all of these energy centers together so that we're able to connect in with that inner knowing and our solar plexus and that the wisdom in our heart center and the trust of being able to speak our heart's desire and be able to feel safe in doing so and releasing some of those patterns of unsafety around speaking our truth. Mikiana tukuna shiaya tuku usiata ahania pakuriana nashi usukoti kishiana tukuna ahaniaya usulia shotukurana kiai. So now coming into the heart again and just bringing through some of those codes and just seeing how it feels now differently. Now we've cleared some of those frequencies, cleared some of those distortions, those limiting beliefs and patterns, just clearing them from your energy field now, and just creating that space to bring in these frequencies to connect you more to that template of innocence. Just bring in those frequencies now. Miyashana matukuriatayana. Malasiana yamaku. Sioshania pukurana hyana kuraniai. Ashoritikiana sukuriana ishiaya. Tukuriana matokuriana shitokura tikiaya. Sotama tokora hanya iya matoso. Sambaihani amar kula shosho. Si hona hamya kora takasi shosho. I orana matokura taki ya. O malakura takia na sukusula shitokura takia. Amala ura takia na sikia tashula tikia. Usotokiana hasukushula akiana tikiaya. Amalia hashora takia. Haya shora naya maraya ha. Haya shora hayara. Soshanya haya hana hayaranya. Haya. Sorahanya shayahanya hayarana. Solaya haraya. Sarahanya marashulaya maya. Solahaya sharanaya ramaya. Solaya rataya hama solashaya. Tolaya maloraya. Siyama shianaya. Siyaya. Shi umukurata kiana tukuri shianaya. Otsukuya amar tukunia harikiaya. Feel these frequencies wrap around you. Feel them within and without. Like gossamer thread, reweaving. So gentle, so refined, almost imperceptible. This feeling, this frequency is so pure, so etheric. We can only touch it with an open heart, only connect to it with trust and unconditional love. With an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to come together in unity, in love, in connection and support of the whole, and with honor and respect for each and every one. Aki ahana matukusia tikia tukurata keshi siamatiki amala urtakiana shi amatukuniaya so. The priestess path is unfolding within each and every one. The remembrance of who we are in sisterhood and brotherhood. The unfolding of the connection to our innocence, of unconditional love, of unity consciousness. There is no separation. There is only love, connection, beauty, grace. And we are now able to tap into the frequency of that feeling. Come to it with love, trust, and gratitude, and an open heart. to step more into the remembrance of your truth as the rose unfolds within your heart, petal by petal, showing you more of who you are with every breath. And so it is. So we thank all of the beings of light who've supported us today. We thank all of the priestesses of the rose who've connected in with us today and joined to give us a connection and a taste of that gentleness, that frequency, that innocence. We thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you. So just bring your energy back into your body and taking golden roots from your heart down through your chakras, through your legs, down through the soles of your feet and the base of your spine, coming back down through the layers of the building, through the earth, the soil, the rocks, the crystals, the creatures, the magma and the lava, anchoring deep into the crystalline core of Mother Earth, and wrapping those threads, those roots around her crystalline core, and breathing in her medicine, her love, her support, feeling fully connected and anchored as she holds you with every breath. And as you breathe in her light up through into the soles of your feet, up through your legs, your knees, your hips, to the base of your spine, up through your chakras and into your heart center. Held and supported with every breath by the Divine Mother and the Divine Child. And then just bring your awareness back into the space. And just feeling the peace, the connection, the love of those beautiful, gentle frequencies and energies that we were just gifted with. And I would love you to share your thoughts about your experience in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe. This is only the very beginning of my journey with YouTube. So I would love you to subscribe to my channel and to like the video to enable me to be able to share this more broadly. If you would like to work with me, I will put details of my website below. You can find me on Instagram at Blue Rose Alchemy. And I'm also starting a Divine Feminine Embodiment program in September. So please go to my website for all the details of that, where you can find more information. I would love to see more of you there. And I would love to hear your thoughts around how you felt with the connection of those frequencies. So in the meantime, sending you so much love, blessings and light, and hope to see some of you very soon. I'm going to be at Soul Revolution Festival in a couple of weeks, next week actually. So if any of you are going to be there, I'd love to connect with you. So let me know and I'll look out for you. And I really hope to connect with some of you soon. And in the meantime, stay in your hearts, stay in love, stay in trust, and I will see you very, very soon.